Welcome to this e-learning session. In this session, we are going to find the conventions in writing a chemical equation and steps in balancing a chemical reaction. This is a chemical reaction. CuSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu, that is copper sulfate plus zinc gives zinc sulfate plus copper. Now let us find out various conventions used in writing chemical equation. The first one is we write reactants on the left hand side and products to the right hand side of this arrow. The arrow indicates the direction of reaction. If you will find heat written on the product side, it means that heat is released. If there are two or more reactants, plus sign is written in between the two reactants. Similarly, if there are two or more products, plus sign is written in between two products. The states of the substances are shown by abbreviations G, L, S, AQ, which means gas, liquid, solid or aqueous solution, that is solution in water respectively. In this way they are mentioned, and we must write the names of the reactants and the products below their chemical formula. A triangle on the arrow indicates heat is supplied and upward arrow indicates that particular gas is released. Necessary conditions like specific temperature, pressure, catalyst, sunlight, electrical energy, etc. are mentioned above or below the arrow. This downward arrow indicates precipitate formation, that is formation of insoluble substance. Now all these conventions we must use while reading or writing a chemical equation. Now we will learn how to balance chemical equation. What is balanced chemical equation? If the number of atoms of the elements in the reactant is same as the number of atoms of those elements in the products, then the equation is called as balanced chemical equation. Let us learn how to balance a chemical equation by taking an example. Here the equation given is sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid gives sodium sulfate plus water. In the first step, we have to write the chemical equation from the given word equation. So, the chemical equation is NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus H2O. In the next step, we have to check the number of atoms. For example, the elements are sodium, oxygen, hydrogen and sulfur. Let us count the number of sodium atoms in reactant side. Here we have one sodium atom. On the product side we have two sodium atoms. Likewise, oxygen 1 plus 4, that is 5, and 4 plus 1, that is 5. Hydrogens 1 plus 2, that is 3, and hydrogens 2 on the product side. Sulfur, one sulfur atom on reactant side and one sulfur atom on product side. Now if we look at the number of atoms in the reactants and the products, we will come to know that the equation is not balanced. So let us start balancing the chemical equation. First of all, we have to select a compound with maximum number of atoms. So here we have sodium sulfate, which is having maximum number of atoms. But sodium atom, on the reactant side there is only one sodium atom, and on product side we have two sodium atoms. So we will have to make the number equal. Students, note that the formula of the compound cannot be changed. So we cannot write any number over here, but if we want to change, we can write the number on the left hand side of the chemical formula, it means that we are taking two molecules of that particular compound. Thus, we have selected sodium for balancing, and we know that we have one sodium atom on left hand side, that is reactant side, and two sodium atoms on product side. So we will have to multiply the reactant side by 2, and that is why we have written 2 on the left hand side of this sodium hydroxide. It means we have taken 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide. Let us check again now the number of atoms on reactant and product side. Here sodium are balanced, sulfur is also balanced, but oxygen and hydrogen are not balanced. So now we have selected hydrogen for balancing. Now initially we have 4 atoms on left reactant side, that is 2 plus 2, 4, and on product side we have only 2 atoms of hydrogen. So what you suggest? Yes, we will have to multiply this by 2. 2 into 2 will become 4, and that is why we will have to write 2 on the left hand side of H2O. Now let us check what has happened after writing 2 over here. So we know that we have balanced hydrogen. Now let us check oxygen. We have 2 plus 4, that is 6 oxygen atoms on reactant side, and similarly 4 plus 2, that is 6 oxygen atoms on product side also. Sodium already balanced, and sulfur, 1 sulfur atom on reactant side and 1 sulfur atom on product side, and hence this is final balanced equation.